we're back, baby. Tuesday night chill and chat. Let's go show. We are primed and ready. And yes, guys, we are one step closer to, fingers crossed, your iconic arcade and basic fun cabinet finally coming to fruition and finally coming to your home arcade, guys.
Let's get ready to rumble!
That's right, guys. We have made some space. NBA Jam Slim version, if you see behind me, is no longer there. Guys, we had somebody hit me up and they bought it ASAP. They might be buying my Street Fighter too when it comes to be the time that the Street Fighter cabinet comes in to my home arcade. And, you know, I had the question to myself, you know, we have these new companies coming into the scene, and we've had Arcade 1-Up kind of do stuff that's not conventional. You know, they're kind of doing things that are somewhat different than what the OG cabinets that we're used to, and why we buy these things for nostalgia growing up and bringing those back in, those recreations back in your home arcade. But is that a good thing? Is it a good thing to kind of shy away, kind of make it more 2025? Well, we're going to have that debate and discussion because, guys, as we talk right here, right now, there are companies watching and planning the artwork, planning how the cab looks. Is it going to have a widescreen monitor? Will it not? Like, there are a lot of things that you guys can actually make a difference on. So we're going to kind of break that down, guys. I got a poll in the chat. Guys, go poll, go get your voices heard and your vote in, and let me know, let the companies know, what do you think? Do you want to keep it OG? Do you not? Because if you actually think about it, guys, we have the most recent products that have come out from Arcade 1-Up and planned by Iconic Arcade and getting into basic fun are not the originals. And we're going to talk about it, guys. And also, before we talk about that, we're going to serve up the appetizer, guys. That's right, we're going to talk about Pac-Man Neon Edition. I posted this on the community tab for everybody to see. Are you guys interested? Are you guys interested? We'll talk about it. Because believe it or not, we did have some people in that comment section, in that post, leave a couple of comments as they are interested and they actually would pick this up. So we'll talk about it. I'll give you guys the breakdown because technically I already own it. It's the wood grain right behind me. Right on the right there. Actually, this coin door right here. You can see the Pac-Man Plus. I own this, so I can kind of tell you firsthand on the form factor and what this cabinet is like. But guys, before we get started, before we dive in, we're going to say hi to each and every one of you guys. We got 30 people in the house. I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here, having fun, hanging out on a Tuesday night with your boy Danny from the CornerCade. Guys, please give this video a like if you haven't. And listen, let me tell you something. There's this hype feature, right, that I knew about, I never really used, but James Hates Everything really took it to the nth degree. And shout outs to G.I. Joel, because that Popeye cabinet looks absolutely gorgeous. And James did a great job breaking that down. Go check him out. Check that video out. Hype that video. Let me tell you something, guys. If anybody's getting hyped in this space or YouTube alone, come on. I mean, we've been doing this for years now. I think YouTube kind of stole it from us, right? Am I right, chat? Let me know. Like, we've been getting hyped since the get-go. So if you're on your mobile device, slide to the right where the comment section is. You can leave a comment there, of course, but slide that bar to the right and click hype to hype this video. Not that you need to, but come on. I mean, if the shoe fits, right? I mean, I'm the most hype guy in this space. Because, guys, if you're looking for a podcast to fall asleep to, this show ain't it. I'm sorry. You got to go to the next show. Go to another show. It ain't going to be this show. But before we jump on into all our cool, hot topics tonight, we're going to say hi to each and every one of you guys. So let me scroll all the way up at the top because you guys are lighting this chat up. And guys, believe it or not, last week's show, I really didn't have anything to talk about. There wasn't really a lot of, buzz in home arcade, not a lot of breaking news. I was saying hi to you guys in the chat for a solid 45 minutes. And let me tell you something. It don't bother me one bit. That was one of the best shows I think we've ever had. It was so much fun. Keep it rolling. I don't want this comment box to be dry. Type it in. And speaking of comment boxes, Mrs. CC in the building. When I saw this comment, I was laughing, believe it or not. She surprised me here. And she says, hope everyone's doing well. Is this a precursor to a return? Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? Is she laying? Is she giving? I'm going to have to text her. I know that there's a return coming when we start doing these unboxings. Oh, you bet your sweet aching Panashkis, right, Vic Vicious? She's going to be in the building building these cabinets with us. I mean, there's at least 4 that should be on the way, and that's including claw machines. So we're going to have some fun with Mrs. CornerCade in the house. Let's go. Thank you, honey, for stopping by. I love you. The Be Me is in the house. Wait for tonight, 8 p.m., not 2 p.m. or 9 p.m. What? We just going live at any time we want. It's 8 p.m. Tuesday, guys. Let's go. I got all the lights on and everything, looking behind me, making sure everything is good for Tuesday night show. Vic Vicious, speaking of which, in the building, one of my moderators says, OG artwork all day. Arcades are supposed to be single-titled marquee cabinets. That's how this started. We don't need any new fresh fluff. OG for the win. Well, we know where Vic Vicious voted. And if I slide onto that poll right here, we have an outstanding OG total takeover at 85%. Oh man, that is, I mean, come on, companies, wake up. Let me just say this. We buy these things for the nostalgia, okay? If I wanted to play, good example. If I wanted to play the latest and greatest football game, I'd buy Madden, right? I'd buy Madden on my PS5 or PS6 or PS7 or PS8. But I want to play Blitz. I want to play Blitz 99. I want to play Blitz 2000. It's all about the nostalgia. Stop messing with the nostalgia, please. It takes it all away. It doesn't make any sense. We'll talk about it, guys. I promise. Vic also says, Mrs. CC in the house. Yeah, that's what you took the words right out of my mouth. That's funny, buddy. C Marvel's in the building. Let's go, man. I would like to buy both, depending on the cab and the game, of course. It's very situational for me, so I wouldn't give a hard answer one way or another. You bring up a good point, because that widescreen monitor allows you to do more current and future things. So kind of future-proofing yourself, of course. There's not really a wrong answer to this, but we definitely want to know your guys' feedback for sure. Jason S., I know he is just chomping at the bits. Jason, when this double dragon cab finally ends up in your house, when I saw them build this prototype, I said, Jason, it's happening. You can go rewatch the live streams, and it will be coming to fruition, trust me. And he says, OG cab design all day, every day. Well, hopefully you get your wish on that. Israel Gaming, one of my CornerCade crew channel members, he is getting effing hyped. Let's go. Says, LFG, Mrs. CornerCade, we're doing just fine. Hope all is well with you guys. There we go, baby. Thank you for stopping by, and definitely hit that smash button. Like it, baby. Smash the like button. Let's go. Let me see. I think there's actually a little, so if I go over here, so whenever we can do like some fancy stuff, do I still, oh, I do have it. So guys, like and subscribe, like right there, like and subscribe. It's pretty good, right? It's pretty good. Let's go. Oh, I always love the little tools that we get to use from time to time. Dan Z, never missing a show. Let's go, buddy. Thank you for being here. Stupid Fat Hobbit is in the building. Says another Pac-Man design by Arcade 1-Up is about as disappointing as the Bears were. You know why? I was going to try to make this a positive, happy show. But if anybody knows me, I was pissed off last night. Okay? Just going to say that. Okay? I'm just going to make this list. Let me tell you something. Okay? Stupid Fat Hobbit. I'm just going to hold on a second. We got to get this off my chest because I'm a diehard. Okay? Balls on the opposing 30. Ben Johnson, get kick the field goal. Don't take points off the board. And guess what? You lost by 3. At least we could have gone in overtime. Let me tell you something. Let me double down here. Okay? You want to talk about kicking game? I believe we missed a field goal, so that's 6 points now. I get it. You want to be aggressive. You want to go for it on 4th down. Just kick the field goal. Never take points off the board. Just want to get that off my chest. Also, Bears, you could have had you could have had a chance at the end. Why didn't you just kick it out of the end zone? Let me tell you something. If you're a punter or kicker in the NFL and you can't kick it 70, 80 yards, you don't belong in the NFL, okay? You belong in this seat talking about it, right? Am I right? Like, come on. Your one job is to kick it. That's it. You get paid multiple $1 million a year to kick a damn football. So kick that ball out the end zone so they can't run it back and you have an additional stoppage from the 2-minute warning. I think it'd be really cool to like coach high school football because I got a lot of energy and I love to scream and I go, somebody hit somebody and stuff like that. You know, but it's very depressing to watch that. I want this show to be positive. The Bears are 0-1 right now. And it's those games, guys, that'll catch up to you later in the season. So I guess you just got to suit up and try again for next week, right? Don't stop. Stop with this. I only want to see Bear Down in the chat. Oh, you're so funny. Tag is in the building, baby. Ted Adam Green. Solid topic today. And hey, to especially Jason Little Alien and Mrs. CC. Well, Ted, you are so, so very nice. Guys, when I say this, we got the best chat in the home arcade. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, call it for what it is. We got all the veterans in here, right? Am I missing anybody? I don't think I am, right? I'm trying to think of names that are in chat. MSU Rich, where are you? I think that's the only one, right? Guys, let me know who we're missing in here because this chat is rocking and rolling each and every night. It's just a solid group of dudes. Couldn't be more blessed to have you guys every Tuesday night. Julio Hernandez, one of my mods. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is having a great week so far, and let's go. That's right, baby. Let's go. And I think we have a little, if I scroll down here, we got a let's go.
Let's go!
That's right, baby. Get up or get out. Let's do this. Now, if I keep scrolling on down, we got Paul Miniman in the building. Thank you for stopping by. CornerCade Crew channel member. Thank you so much for being here. Jason Little Alien, let's go. I always say this, the hardest working moderator in this space, and that's not a knock to Julio. Julio and Vic, you know what this man brings to the table, but not only the home arcade community, he also moderates the karate community as well, which none of you guys know about, but he's in there doing his thing as well, so he's working OT for sure. End of the line is in the building. Let's go, man. Steve Sale is here. Thank you so much, man, for stopping by. I love playing golf with the ringer. Steve Sale, let's go, dude. Sony 4K CornerCade Crew channel member, always lighting it up with the let's goes. Absolutely love it. Joe Cade, thank you so much, man, for being here. Chris Nooner, hey Slappy, what the fuck happened to our Hawks and Bears, man? I don't know. I get like you got to make, it's the first game, but guys, you had all off season to figure this out. Like, you're doing overtimes, 2-a-days or whatever. Maybe they got rid of that. I don't know. I stopped playing football in high school, so I can't tell you what they're doing now with the new CBA agreements. Everything's gentle in 2025 now, but it didn't look like a Bears offense. That's one thing I wanted to add. Ben Johnson, he had the most points scored, the most point average a game scored in the NFL last year at 27 points per game. Now we were pretty close there, right? I think we got 27 points. We get 24 points. I don't know. I think we got 24 points, but it did not look like a Ben Johnson oiled machine offense. Okay. It looked like just Caleb Williams doing his thing and that's it. And the only difference from this game and last year was he wasn't running for his life. The offensive line this year is a lot better, and you could tell. I was impressed at least. And it allowed him to go and make plays downfield, whether it be with his legs, getting the ball out, dumping it to the running back. Like, I think we're going to be better. I don't know, man. I just hope that this game doesn't come back to haunt us, right? Like, yeah, you were up for so long. You're at home. You got to win these games. You're at, against J.J. McCarthy, who's never played an NFL game. And I get it. You're in the NFL for a reason. You're getting paid. You're good, right? But I mean, come on. And I know the Bears were down 3 starters. I understand that, but you got to close this out, man. One of the backups got a pick 6, so you got to make this work. We'll see. I'm sorry. I'm passionate about football, guys. I love my Bears. You guys can support your team in the chat. I'm just messing around with you. Mike Hawkins is in the building. I know I'm supposed to hate that neon Pac-Man, but I like it better than the yellow. First choice would be the wood grain. Interesting thought that you say that. We'll definitely touch up on that, man. We'll touch on that. CornerCade Crew channel member Mike Hawkins and Calvin Wong in the house. Let's go. Thank you guys for both being here tonight. Let me scroll down and see who I got. Bill's Retro Gaming Show is here. Thank you for not only supporting the channel member as a CornerCade Crew channel member, but also getting loud in the chat, man. Really do appreciate it. Chalada Love. Let's go, man. He is here as well. Chalada, let me tell you something. This guy, go subscribe to Chalada Love. He does some really good. You did a 3 hours plus playing pinball today. I got to get your setup. I know all of you guys RTX, the whole crew, Tomato Grass. You guys have like awesome, you know, Mike B, of course. You guys have awesome like stream setups for these pinballs. And I think maybe if you guys can show me, because I know in StreamYard you can do like customization just like OBS. So if you guys can kind of show me how to at least get some camera angles going, maybe what cameras to use. I already got the DJI wireless mic. Maybe we can do some. I know you guys don't love gameplay streams, but I think it'd be kind of cool to break it up a little bit. You know, play some pinball, have some fun, grab a beer, cheer along with Danny as he just drains everything. It'd be kind of fun. But go hit up Chilada Love, man. He's a really good guy. Where we at? Where we at here? Oh, we got Pixel Pat. Pixel Pat, that's a new name. Let's go. He's about 70%, 77% loaded right now. Says up CornerCade, any news on Basic Fun rumors? No. In fact, I don't know what's going on with Basic Fun or if there will be a Basic Fun at this point, because we were supposed to hear stuff in August and they were dead silent, right? Dead quiet. My sources were off a little bit. So who knows at this point, right? I mean, it's almost feels like the cabinets are just going to go for not pre-order. They're just going to go for, hey, you can buy them. Here they are. They're going to be on Amazon, you know, Target, wherever, right? Best Buy, and maybe direct from their website. Who knows? And then, you know, I'll probably end up either going live or make a video of breaking it down for you guys, and we can answer those questions once we see the renders and the price points and all that jazz. But that's just how I'm feeling. What are you guys feeling? Paul Mindeman says Basic Fun. They were taking product pictures last week, so I'm expecting we'll see those soon. Interesting. Kind of posing a little bit in front of the camera, playing the games, you know? That's exciting. That's exciting stuff to hear. I would love to see it. Thumper Squid, channel moderator in the house. Thank you so much, man, for being here. Mr. Clutch, let's go, baby. Danny, something tells me you're still going to buy the Neon. No. We'll talk about it. No, it's XL or nothing here, man. I'm telling you. The Mimi says, Danny, there is plenty of room for the Packers train. Lots of winning incoming. Oh, my God. Get out of here. I got to stay true. I know, the Packers, man. Oh, my God. They're going to be something else. That might be the winner of the division right there. Oh, man. The Bears, so disappointing to be right there and just fall so short.
I can't believe my eyes.
All right, guys. NASA Canes fan is kicking it off right now. He's adding one to the bucket. $10 super chat. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the show. We really, really do appreciate it. As always, man, you know how grateful we are here. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. It says Double Dragon and Tron for the CornerCade Daily Double. We had Tron. And believe it or not, because of the height now looking back at it, I actually should have kept Tron. I'm sorry, I could have easily added a coin door to it, you know, lit it up, put a G.I. Joe inline riser. But at the time, it just wasn't getting a lot of gameplay, and we just kind of moved off of it. It's funny because we moved off of Star Wars, Dragon's Lair, and Tron. Like, those are like the big three. We moved off of all of them, you know? And just, you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Arcades come and arcades go. You keep the ones that get the most gameplay, and you build out your home arcade like that, you know? And we gave them a shot, and it just didn't work. You know, it just didn't work, but that's okay. Now, Double Dragon. That's one that'll stay. It's going to be big, like an XL. It's going to be that nice size. I can't wait for something like that. And we'll get into that. I got a little graphic that we're going to show you guys, and we'll get into that. But thank you, man. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. I think that definitely counts for 1 out of 5 right now, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Absolutely love it. Where are we at here? Heck yeah, Double Dragon. Let's go. Oh, you guys are awesome. I love this hangout, man. This is just great. Let's see here. Yeah, our new offensive coordinator is new, brings the run first offense and proceeds to do the exact opposite. Shake my head. You gotta pass it. This is a passing league, you know what I mean? But it was funny because we ran the ball a lot and was pretty effective. So I don't know, you know, it's one game. We'll see. I'm excited next week. The Packers actually have to play Thursday, so they got a quick turnaround. So maybe they can lose. We need them to lose. We need these guys. So we've got 2, 1-0 teams, and we got 2 0-1 teams in the North, in the NFC North. So we'll see what happens. Garage Gamer says, I'm buying them all. I'm buying them all, baby. No, I'm not buying them all. I don't want to say those days are over, but we're making smarter decisions. Like, we don't need to bring Pac-Man Neon into the CornerCade, All right, guys. Keep it rolling. Thank you so much, man. Everybody for being here. Let's go, baby. Time to start the show. So, guys, this guy right here, all right? This guy right here. You saw it. I need thoughts. I need thoughts and opinions right out the jump. Now, what this is this is the Pac-Man Plus Deluxe reskinned. That's all that is. Smart move from Arcade 1UP from doing this. Now, I know why they selected this form factor. Chat, why do you think they selected this form factor, huh? Why not just use the Pac-Man yellow, the traditional Pac-Man design, and let it rip? Why do you think Arcade 1UP didn't do that? Can anybody tell me in the chat? I'm gonna let it fly. I'm gonna let it fly for a second, so I can get some answers coming in hot. Oh, before we start the show, Vic, while we're waiting on that, how can I forget this, guys? Why did they do this form factor? Keep that on your mind. I forgot, guys, and I always forget. I gotta get used to this. It's Trivia Tuesday. Chat, it's Trivia Tuesday. I know, I forgot.
Here comes a new challenger.
So here's your question, guys. Which classic arcade game featured a ship called Blaster? Thank you, Vic Vicious, for coming up with this question, guys. While you're waiting, we got a 99 center coming in hot. Adam, thank you so much, man, for throwing $1, supporting the CornerCade crew. Really do appreciate it, man. Let's go. Give him a shout out for sure in the chat. And guys, why do you think? Why do you think? Because it's a bright and shiny turd is what I'm getting to appeal to those zero nostalgia. But why the form factor? Why the form factor? You guys know this question? Which classic arcade game featured a ship called Blaster? Does anybody know? I know. Do you know? I mean, it's not fair. I was given the answer. Thumper said Slim Katie. No. Maybe. I mean, maybe it's a smaller, easier to ship and pack and all that jazz. Yeah, he's not. Listen, a lot of people are going to be saying this too. I'm not buying anything. What the heck is that? Phoenix, Blaster. No. It is an arcade game. So it's an arcade game that's very well known. Arcade 1UP came out with this. And it was really hard. It's a hard question. Vic doesn't mess around, right? No, not Blasteroids. I like that. It is an Atari game, though. I will say that. It's an Atari game. What do you think? I need like the do 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 do. Not asteroids. No. Getting closer though. Closer. No. Think Atari. Hold on, I gotta send a text here real quick. All right, here we go. Capcom Sports Club. No. Think Atari. Vic, you might have stumped everybody here. I mean, people aren't even using Google at this point, which I can appreciate. I can appreciate that. Pitfall. I got Astro Blaster. No, I haven't even heard of Astro Blaster. What the? Are they really playing around? Get the hell out of here. No, that's Centipede. You're getting closer though. Remember Arcade 1UP came out with this, guys. Arcade 1UP didn't come out with a Astro Blaster. Oh, you guys are the best. Pac-Man, no. Man, you really stumped them. Man, this is one for Vic Vicious right here. This is one, Vic. I'm gonna have to tell the answer. Nobody got this one. Wow, Vic, you did a great job stumping everybody. All right, Vic. Guys, the question Frogs and Flies. What the hell was that? Wrestle War. No, they didn't come out with a Wrestle War. And it was on a cabinet. But all right, guys, believe it or not, the answer is Tempest. And I didn't know this. So which classic arcade game featured a ship called Blaster? That is Tempest. Now, if this is wrong, you blame Vic Vicious in the chat, because I had nothing to do with this. This is all Vic. So Vic, let Vic know. Let Vic have it. Guys, I absolutely appreciate it. Oh my god, that was fun. I like stumping you guys. It's fun to have Trivia Tuesday. Now look at Zero Redux, CornerCade Crew channel member says that is not true. You're gonna have to fact check that big time, buddy. Yeah, Tempest. I told you they came out with a Tempest cab. You know, I was right. All right, back to this guy. But before we get to that guy, where's my media assets? That's what these are called. Chat, can I get a yeah?
Yeah!
Oh yeah, buddy, we're going.
Oh, for broke.
Yeah, we are, because we got number 2 in the building. NASA Games fan, getting it done twice now. 2-time champion right here, man. Oh my god. NASA, you got us that much closer. Because with if we just backtrack this, if we slide all the way up here with Adams 99 cents, we are now 3 out of 5, baby. We're 3 out of 5 there from cracking open another Arnie. Oh my goodness, we are so close. That form factor is due to the tariffs? Question mark. $10 super chat from NASA Canes fan. NASA, thank you so much for supporting the channel, man. Honestly, really appreciate it. I'm gonna tell you why they did this, guys. Okay. They didn't have to redesign the regular Pac-Man form factor to add neon glow. I mean, there's no way around this. So, like the cabinet behind me, guys, if you make me big real quick, and NASA, we're gonna take this down just so we can see. That cabinet can light up. Now, I don't have it lit up right now. It's kind of distracting, but the cabinet already came stock lit up. So they didn't have to add any new features to give this one some glow. They just set it to teal. You can set it to multiple colors and have it do its thing. And it's a little bit slimmer of a design, right? A little bit slimmer. Now, these are the dimensions to it. You're looking at about 18.5. Depth to width. 61 inches high. It's not bad if you're a deluxe fan. Have at it, Hoss, right? If you're a deluxe fan, you know. I will say this. Owning the cabinet, that control panel is very, very short. The depth to that, you have like no room to rest your hands. It's not very comfortable. You literally almost have to keep your hand on the joystick and then play like this. So if anybody was wanting to get this, I'm just going to, full disclaimer, let you know about that. Does this look cool? I mean, this was the discussion that really had me going. And this will bleed into our next topic. Here's the games list. Same old that we're very accustomed to seeing. So you got all your classics on there. It's funny because my kids pointed to this and said, "Dad, can we get that?" You know, because it's like different, it's bright, it's colorful, stuff like that. Now, my modding brain went immediately to like, okay, what could I possibly mod that into? You know, with the the turquoise tea molding, right? But then I had to slow down. I had to slow down and say, hold on, we're getting XLs. I can't mess with this stuff no more. We're getting XLs, gotta move the drill, you know? Now here's the packaging for you guys who haven't seen it. Packaging looks pretty cool, right? But, you know, you're not keeping the boxes, you're tossing them. So, I mean, there's that. I mean, it's cool, you know, but, you know, it's packaging. It's packaging. So, but yeah, guys, what are your thoughts? Is anybody here going to get this? Let me know in the chat. Pac-Man Neon is here. This is, you know, we made a video. This is the 45th anniversary cabinet. Now, there's not really any 45th anniversary badging on this, which leads me to believe, could another one be coming that's actually 45th anniversary or not? You know, or not. Yeah, Damien, deal with it. I saw that. It was like on the news, like all these cargo containers were knocked into the ocean. Get a bunch of outruns for cheap. That's funny. That's funny. All right, where are we at here? Let's see what you guys have to say. Oh, okay. Vic. Hey, Vic. That's Vic. This is on Vic, not me. This is on Vic, not me. According to Google, it's called Blaster or Livewire. Are you talking about the trivia question? Are you talking about the trivia question that we had? Now, Dude's Arcade says lighter. Like the T-molding? I mean, Stockjack is here to answer any and all questions. Well, answer them, dude. Let's go. Is anybody going to be getting this? Hold on. I have a visitor here. Hold on just a second. Oh, actually, it's cool. I have actually a little thing here. Hold on. What am I? Well, I mean, I'm in the middle of a show, buddy. Here, let me go big. I actually have this cool. Oh, I don't think do I still have it? Oh, yeah, I do. Hold on. We're going to take a TV timeout real quick. There we go. I muted myself. That was supposed to loop. It was supposed to loop. I had to direct my son. He's like, I want to eat. I was like, well, let's get you a quick snack, all right? We can't be having you on YouTube right now unless you plop right on Dad's lap and we host a show together. That's so funny. All right, we're back, baby. Now where are we? That's what happens when you go live sometimes. Okay, so Chris says this will appeal to some, and for visual aid, I'll just pop this right back here. Yes, I will agree with you on that. But I also agree that it's fugly and it glows fugly too. That's the word for the day, fugly. I don't know, man. This is hard. Now, hold on. Thumper Squid says he bought a Pac-Man Deluxe used for $125 at Synergy. Okay, hold on. You got to put that in my Discord, man. I got to see this stuff. So, Pac-Man Deluxe yellow used $125. That's a bet. Was there any damage to that? And was there anything else at Synergy? Let me know, because I'll go down there and take a look. There's always cool cabs down at this place in Wisconsin that's, a resale shop. So that's a really good deal, Thumper. Really good deal. Let's take this down right now. That's almost as good a deal as this, Vic. That's right, Vic Vicious, a $4.99 super chat coming in hot. Anyone want a title shot? Danny will send you my address to meet me. Blaster. Let's go. There you go, buddy. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. That's what he says. Hey, he's right, right? He's right. He's right. Oh, I think. Oh, man. Wow. That was very quick and very super. That's great. Wait, hold on. I think I actually have. There's a, here it is.
Great, super, excellent.
Well, you bet, because we're right now with our goal. Nobody does it better than you guys in the chat. Jokade, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. $10 super chat. Doesn't need to say anything. He just needs to let you know that he's here. So let's go. And guys, with that, you have now unlocked the second Arnold Palmer.
Let's go get hyped. The CornerCade is back. Stage lights flash like a boss fight crack. Classic to deluxe. Every cab on the rack. Let's go get hyped. The CornerCade is back. One more life. We'll take that stack. Let's go get hyped. The CornerCade is back.
unbelievable, guys. You guys are the best. I love having fun with you guys. That was awesome. Thank you guys so much for having fun. And yes, it was intermission time. You know, grab yourself a beverage, have some fun. Let's go, baby. Take another bite. Oh yeah, that'd be great, dude. Maybe I could have. Well, it was supposed to loop. I didn't have it check marked, but Zero Redux. Maybe I can have James make me up some like AI commercials. That'd be funny. Some retro AI commercials. You guys no, he can't eat. He's not eating ramen right now. He's just eating. We want a little snack, you know, some pretzels or something. Something that's nice and simple. My son's going through this whole like. First of all, he's going on a growth spurt. 24/7, he is hungry now, which is insane. I mean, it happens that we all grow, right? So he's eating. He likes to eat a lot. Prince Vinny, thank you so much, man, for being here. Oh yeah, you like the gaming chair? Love it. I got it like a couple years ago on a great Black Friday sale. It was like half off, and that's a name brand one. Yeah, AK Racing. That's actually it's because it was purple, and it went perfect with the CornerCade retro colors, right? So I'm like, okay, we're gonna do that, right? We're gonna do that. Vic says fugly on the cabinet is being on the neon edition is being generous. Now it doesn't look like a whole lot of people are going to be getting this. See, Marvel, you guys unlocked it. You know, you guys unlocked it. Now I used to use that as my introduction song, but not anymore. You guys voted the old school synthwave song instead, so I listened to the people, right? Oh, that's funny. You guys are hilarious. So, okay, so not a lot of people big fans of the neon, right? Now we didn't confirm that anybody was actually getting this thing, right? We didn't confirm that. Julio Hernandez says, Danny, a lot of people in the community thought Arcade 1-Up would be dead by now. Do you think Arcade 1-Up is getting closer to closing shop? Or are they really making a profit and putting their out there with self-designed cabs? Okay, so this is a great question, guys. Yes, Arcade 1-Up isn't dead. And I never made like a video about that. They're not dead. But Arcade 1-Up is going to be taking a different approach in the future. So as you guys know, Davin Sufer, I think is his name, one of the CEOs at Arcade 1-Up, Dava and Dora, the Explorer. They went down to like a licensing event. Maybe took Cyrus. I don't know. Didn't know all the details. I don't know what they had for lunch or not. But they were there to gain licensing, not for like, you know, Smash TV and WrestleFest. They were down there to get licensing for like branding. And it kind of leaked down on what they were trying to do. It was on their website for a little bit. You guys know the Hello Kitty stuff, right? So that's kind of like the direction that they're going to be going in. They're going to be more game room solutions, at least in my opinion, right? We saw the gotcha machine, the claw machine, the photo booth, you know, all branded as Hello Kitty type stuff. Now, while they still have their licensing to, you know, your said Midway, Raw Thrills, Incredible Technologies, Bandai Namco, you know, obviously they're going to use those. They've already paid for it. It's in-house free, right? So there's not a lot of work that needs to be done to, and in additional costs to be putting out cabinets. So you're always probably going to see until these licensors run out, those said cabinets of refreshing. Now, are we getting anything new? I highly doubt it. I think Arcade 1-Up is going to transform and sort of like, you know, you're going to get your Hello Kitty dartboard, you know, just dumb stuff that like, maybe there's a couple people that would buy some of their stuff, but it's going to be less and less and less from us. They're going to be gearing more towards like the casuals. You know, somebody walking across, you know, in Walmart or you know, any retail store and be like, oh, like this would be kind of cool to add to the game room. It's only $150 to get. Let's get it, right? Maybe it's like again, there's gonna be other brands besides Hello Kitty, but a Hello Kitty basketball pop-up shot, right? Just that's the direction I think they're headed. I don't think that you're gonna see, you know, this brand new form factor. You know, it sucks too because you know, we're transforming into the XLs, and I would have loved to see like a Miss Pac-Man XL and an NBA Jam XL. Obviously a Mortal Kombat XL, like something simple that they could have done. Hell, even like a Big Buck Hunter Pro XL, right? A Terminator XL. How cool would that have been, right? man, that would have been dope. Like, just thinking about it, you know, like, missed opportunity because we could have had another XL cabinet to at least choose from, or had the opportunity to, or at most get on a big time clearance sale. You know, I got my Midway Golden Tee for $200, brand new in the box. So I think that kind of sucks for us XL fans. And I think, to be honest with you, depending on your size of your collection, if you have, 50 deluxe cabs already, you're probably just going to ride this out, maybe mod a couple cabinets to get your very specific favorite games. And now that G.I. Joel is making cabinets and look dope, like maybe you pick up a couple of those, and he'll obviously make different form factors, which will be really exciting. So for you, like, deluxe size fans, not really looking towards Arcade 1-Up, but looking more towards G.I. Joel to be releasing something. But for somebody like myself, once you play the XL, guys, I'm honest to God telling you, man, when you go from the KI Pro and you go walk over to Mortal Kombat or any of these other, it's literally a micro size toy. And I'm not exaggerating. It's just like, dang, I can't play these anymore. You know, they were fine. When you first had them, they were fine, right? You just add to the collection. Hey, I don't want to start over. There's not that many XLs that were being released. But now that these other companies, Iconic Arcade is only making XL cabinets or extreme cabinets, right? And Basic Fun is going to dabble in XL size cabinets. I said, how can I not? How can you not add the classic Street Fighter games? I got to have the XL size now. And I guess I'm blessed. I'm fortunate to have my Pac-Man fully restored, by the way. I got that fully restored. And when I say that, real quick, when Ezekiel got this, there was some damage to it. I fully restored that to brand new. Thank you, Arcade 1-Up, for letting me reach out to you guys, buying the parts off of you that was needed. It's completely restored, so it looks phenomenal. Thank you. Easy. Thank you, Zeke, for doing that for me. It's huge. And then I got KI Pro now. Shout outs to Big Moat, Larry Hoover. He just came through clutch for me. Jantry G, I got the Midway Golden Tee. You know, so I was able to at least get something, right? Which is cool. It's cool to start out, going in that direction, right? So we'll see. Hopefully WrestleFest. Hopefully we'll get a Star Wars XL, Centipede XL. I kind of digress here. Obviously we're going to get the Alpha 2. The claw machine is technically that XL width. It's going to have the added height. So that'll be added as well. But it's just, I don't know. Like, it just... Arcade 1-Up's not dead. It's just, that's another option that's taken out of the equation for guys like me. And most of you guys have graduated now towards the XL size, so I don't know. That's where I was going. Julio. Hope that answered your question. in a long formed. Yeah, MySpace is still around. You got My Arcade. They're just coming out with that handheld. But, we're here for the cabinets, Yeah, for real. Honestly, G.I. Joel is going to keep us. He's got some cool stuff coming. This is going to be really, really cool. I'm hyped. Like, guys,
I can't believe my eyes!
Street Fighter announcer, you are 100% correct. That's a Canes fan. You're literally, this man just went 3 for 3. He just hit a triple. My God, don't complete the cycle. You did enough already. Thank you, man. Jeez, you're just my. I got dimples. I don't know if you can see because I got a beard now. But my wife fell in love with me for my dimples, and they are just hurting right now because, as a Canes fan, you're making me smile. Another $10 super chat. At this point, Arcade 1-Up is embarrassing themselves. To us, yes. It would be so cool to have a chance to do Skype calls with them, like monthly Skype calls, right? Bi-weekly Skype calls with that team to just help them. They need so much help. They need so much help from an outside perspective. Sometimes when you get into that bubble and you're working in that bubble all the time, you just kind of, you get the blinders on to other things around you. And who knows? Maybe we're wrong, right? Maybe this Neon Pac-Man is just ridiculously moneymaker for him. I don't think that's that's the plan. I don't know, guys. I mean, I honestly think, and chat, let me know. Mortal Kombat XL, is that not selling you like 13,000 cabinets? Like, you can make it direct and just be done with it, right? Am I wrong? Am I like, I listen, I could be wrong. That's okay. It just seems very odd to me that these easy layups are just non-existent. You know, whatever you got. I mean, even if you made it an XL Fast and Furious, that would blow anyone away. That's an instant no-brainer. But as a Canes fan, you aren't wrong. You aren't wrong. You are spot on, and I think the chat can kind of agree. And it's sad because it's another option, like I said, that's just taken away. It sucks. And yes, Chris Nooner, I would buy a Star Wars XL. The only correct answer is yes. And that would be a gorgeous looking piece in your home arcade. I was talking with Jason offline, Little Alien. I mean, we were so close, guys, so close to getting a Star Wars XL. Arcade What Up was like, bro, we got it like produced. You ready to you just need to say yes and we'll make them. Oh my God. Like, oh my God, that would have been so cool. And it would have totally added that 3D bezel and lit the coin doors up. You know, that 3D bezel from Etsy. Oh, that would have been so damn cool. Yeah, Maddox is saying, Pac-Man, can't wait. Can't wait. All right, Damien's got a real question. Not a fake question. He's got a real question. Oh, Damien, see, these aren't real questions. He says, do any of the cats behind you have wear and tear? Dude, we play these every day. In fact, I got to stop playing them because it's like raising the electric bill. I got to learn to turn them off, you know? No, but like as far as a wear and tear aspect, no. All that play guard surface, it is held up tenfold. And guys, I got cat now. I got that climbs on the machines. I got toddlers. I got myself. You know, my wife, we're all playing the games. And it is held up tremendously. So that is one thing, like the marquees that Arcade One Up has just gotten right. Like the molded coin doors. What do you say, wear and tear? Maybe like my son bumping into things because my kids have to bring a dining room chair in to like stand on and play. So they have some bumps a little bit. They know though. They know to be careful because Dad said, whoa, come on. You don't put the chair too close. Bring it back a little bit. Bring it back. But yeah, that's about as much wear and tear as you're going to see. For home use, the cabs hold up. I got to be honest with you. Now, so Maddox is waiting on some reviews of this guy right here. That's what he's waiting on. So we'll see. I don't know if anybody's going to get it. In fact, I think I'm the only one in the home arcade space that has the Pac-Man Plus Wood Grain Edition. I got to be honest with you. I think I'm the only one. But Zeke, you aren't the only one to do this. Let's go, baby. Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger. And guys, just to let you know, he's playing soccer right now. So he's super chatting while scoring goals. Ezekiel is out there doing his thing. Thank you for tuning in as you're playing soccer. He says, let's fucking go. Arcade What Up was dead to me 4 years ago. Now, I will say this. He's not wrong because a lot of people had that feeling. But Zeke, I did get you hyped to want to mod these things again. Did I not? You could have already been gone. I totally understand you wanted to stop by and say hi, but I think I got Zeke a little excited again because he was buying cabinets. He was getting ready to mod again. We all want this to be there. It's just Arcade One Up's not making the titles and the form factors and the shapes and the sizes that we're looking for. They're missing the mark. And hopefully that'll be corrected by Basic Fun. You know, obviously, you know, Unico, G.I. Joel, you know, John D doing his thing with Iconic Arcade. Like, all of these companies, hopefully they will correct and steer the ship in the right direction. We just got to get this product in our hands. No more delays. No more messing around. No more delays, guys. No more excuses. It's time to get these products in our hands. And let's get on to the next one. Jason says, super chats are raining down like double dragon elbows to the face. You guys are the best. Honestly, like, you've supported me since day one. It's so cool to see this channel evolve and grow. Like I always said, guys, I used to start, I was in a dining room chair, guys. The same dining room chair my kids stand on to play the games, except my back was hurting 20 minutes into the show, and I went 3 hours for you guys. Like, I kid you not. Like, these are dining room chairs. They're not comfortable. And now we upgraded the chair. We upgraded cameras, lights, microphones, everything. I mean, we used to just talk into a tablet that was sitting on a bar stool chair. We started from the bottom. Now we're here. Let's go, baby. Oh, let's go, man. C Marvel says they probably do have advice from the outside perspective, and this is what they're putting out. Listen, maybe, but it ain't me. It ain't me. And guys, you know me. I'm a different cup of tea, my guys. I'm a different cup of tea. I'm very affirmative, direct on what I say, how it goes. I wish at games would put me into those huddles a lot more often than what I get put in. Put me in, coach. Put me in. I'm telling you, I know what the people want, guys. We do this on a daily. I know what I want, and I want is a lot what the people want. You got to listen to your customers, you know? You're not the smartest one in the room. I'm not the smartest one in the room. But I think if we work together, we can kind of get there. We can kind of row the boat in the right direction. Joe Kate says there's a lot of decisions RK1UP does that I disagree with. Having said that, there will always be a soft spot in my heart for them. They started this whole thing for me about 6 years ago, and I can't denounce them. 100% correct. RK1UP put the love of retro arcades back in all of us. Whether you want to admit that or not, that is fact. Okay, that is fact. All right, where are we at here? We have somewhat caught up, so I'm going to put this guy up. And we talked about... What if I do this? There we go. We talked about OG or upgraded new art. Now, if you look at the cabinets that have kind of been released, announced, are coming either now or 2026, these newer cabs that you see here, guys, these all do not have the correct side art, right? None of them. They're all something brought into 2025 or a collab edition. Now let's go right to left, all right? Starting with Alpha 2, if you wanted to get arcade accurate, that should probably just be black, right? Just be black, nothing on it, right? Now maybe you have a small little sticker of that exact same thing, and then that's it. Go on to the next one, left to right again. World Warrior, that's not the right side art. You know, again, black with a little sticker, right? Masayoka edition. I know this was a collab, but that's not the right side art, at least entirely. They got the deer on there with the logo, but that's not the right anything, right? That's a collab. That's a new cabinet. Same thing with the Pac-Man Neon now. This was never in an arcade. Scroll on to, again, the left side. The Double Dragon Revive is a whole new thing. These are all new types of cabs, and the side art is... Do you guys care? Do you guys care? Would you still buy this? I mean, I'm at least in for Alpha 2 here. Now, I'm totally in if they do Double Dragon OG. I don't know how I feel about the Revive. If I'm forced to buy it, I mean, I might be forced to buy it, guys. But let's take a timeout, because C Marvel here has a very, very polite comment. And you guys, like I said, you guys are the best. You guys run this show, man. I'm just here. I'm a voice of you people right here. C Marvel says, I think it's awesome that you're still doing you and your channel has grown and still alive. It's so cool to see someone considered an outsider to do their own thing solo. Solo dolo. Let's go, baby. Yeah, a lot of people did not like that I invaded on the space. And guys, let me tell you, I came from the stands, guys. I was watching live streams and chats, and I'm like, you know what? I want to talk about arcades. I want to let the people know my opinion. And I came from the stands, guys, watching the chat all the time and just waiting and asking to be on show after show after show to get my name out there. I never had equipment to do this, right? You guys saw me the first time I called into a show, I was on my phone through the Super Game Room dudes. They gave me a chance and an opportunity, and it was probably the best thing that's ever happened besides meeting you people and buying these retro arcades, right? I get to come on and talk to you guys weekly and make videos and really just hang out with you guys and have fun and sharing that passion and the love for this hobby and this home arcade space with each and every one of you guys. So C Marvel, huge shout out. Thank you so much, man, for not only supporting the channel, but what's just a nice comment, man. That was really cool. Nate, let's go. Nate, what's going on, man? Crazy that people are adamant for something like the Capcom original side art during the CPS2 era when it simply was a cost-cutting measure. And I've heard this a lot because, a lot of times arcade operators would get, the marquee and then the game, right? And then a lot of times they were asked to, they could send in their CP-S1 hardware to upgrade, right? I don't know if it was for free or for a discount. That was it. You got like the marquee, a sticker, if they, side art sticker that they want to put out. It was just all a cost cutting measure, but that is part of the nostalgia. It was part of living in that era of this is like a cheap way out of it. Now, I don't necessarily hate what like Iconic Arcade has done, for example, right? I'm not just like, I'm not buying the cab. There are some people that are like, yeah, I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this because of this or whatever that, right? They're steering away from, that's okay. And it's an easy mod too, guys. You can literally black that out. It's not hard. But I think it still looks cool, and the side art never really bothered me because, all the cabinets are smushed together. Unless it's an end piece, which I got plenty of cabs to make end pieces. I'm really not, too worried about that. But that, brings up a good comment here. Nate brings up a good comment. Like, what do you guys think? Is that kind of like the same feeling that you guys are? It's like, look, this is a new era now. So these cost-cutting measures were from the 90s and the 80s. It's time to evolve. It's time to make these cabs independently original to their own self. Because most of these were kit games, and this isn't a kit anymore. This is a whole new cabinet and a whole new beginning. Jason says, it doesn't get any more 80s than that OG Double Dragon marquee and side art. Love it. Yeah, that's going to be gorgeous. And I really hope Iconic Arcade doesn't mess with the side art. I think we need to go big for this one. Iconic Arcade, it is very important that you do not mess with the side art. I'm hinting at something here. Just leave it the Taito gray with the white and red stripe. Do not put anything else there. Just leave it. I'm telling you, just leave it. Look, the poll speaks for itself, guys. With the new companies making arcade cabinets, which would you prefer to buy? The OG cab design or the updated cab design? 86%. And we're going to end the poll here. That the poll has chosen 86% want the OG art. 13% want the updated cab design. Thank you for each and every one of you guys for voting. Wow. What can you say, right? What can you say? C. Marvel says, I remember John D said that if they do a rehash cab, it would be a different art. So now those who want new art have theirs. Those who want the original art will have theirs next time too. And yes, I have heard that. So maybe for the next go around, they might do different type of Street Fighter arts, which would be cool. That would be cool. Who knows what you're going to get, if you're going to get the OG design or rehash design or whatnot. I think that's all good. Keep it spinning fresh. I love options. I will say this. We were hypercritical. Most of us were hypercritical about like the iconic design coming out, right? And I can put this back on there. The World Warrior, the Alpha 2. I love that they gave us options. If it was just one, you're probably going to buy that anyways because it's like your opportunity to get that cabinet. But I love that there's options. And I think that's really cool that they did that. And I want this company to do that going forward. I want Basic Fun to do that as well. Can you imagine? So they got WrestleFest coming out with red trim, red team molding trim, and a 4-player deck. Can you imagine if they came out with an XL, like 2 XL options, a 2-player with black trim? Oh my God. I'd be all in on that. I think that'd be really cool. 2-player black trim. That's just like their deluxe size or their ultra size, but it's a supreme version. Nate said, I thought the design meant the shape of the cabinet, not the artwork. That's more both. You want the right form factor, which a lot of these are. This Pac-Man one is kind of like, they just did that because of the neon glow, and there's a little slim size. Yeah, Sockjock says, wow, that poll shows that G.I. Joe is going in the right direction. I cannot wait. Hopefully he doesn't XL. Hopefully, we'll see. I cannot wait till what comes out next. And I know the Nintendo Cavs have just landed. I'm just not a Nintendo guy, right? I can't wait to see what else is down the pipeline because it's going to be really cool. Gamer Fridge is confirming that Sam's Club has the Big Buck Hunter, Mossy Oak. He's going live. Paul Mindeman. People want the OG unless it's a Street Fighter 2 poster. Yeah, 100%. Because they had a chance to vote the OG and it didn't get voted. And that's a good point. You know, when I ask you guys, you know, OG or Recreation, a lot of people voted for Recreation. So who knows? I mean, I think going forward, you offer the 2025 and you keep the OG and you let, you know, when I say 2025, it's like an updated, like, look at this Double Dragon Revive, right? You just leave it like Double Dragon, but like with that, you know, you do something full size, customized, right? There's not really any wrong answer. There's not a wrong answer here, but I just think it's interesting. I just think it's interesting that I prefer the OG art. That's what I like, you know. That's what I'm used to when seeing, you know, going to the arcades. But I could totally see, like, you know, doing a full size, like the World Warrior, the Alpha 2. Totally get it. It's something, you know, that gives the cabinet its own personality that maybe it never really had because it was a kit game, you know. Where are we at here? Where are we at? Vic Fisher says, those other guys are cool, but pinball and minicades and pedestal decks ain't arcades. That's why I ride or die with you. Danny, let's go, baby. Now, we might talk a little pinball here. We might, you know, from time to time. But yeah, I mean, speaking of mini arcades, I don't want to get sidetracked here, but guys, if you've seen on Woot that that Burger Time numbskull is like $114. And I got a gift card, so it'll bring it down to like 90. And I was thinking about putting it on my desk. Should I do it? I don't know. It's $90 that could go to like an XL. I was kind of torn. I don't know if it's sold out. I was kind of weighing. Do you guys have that Burger Time numbskull? Is it cool? Is it just gonna sit here? I would play it. It's Burger Time. My kids would probably have a blast with it because it's like a mini arcade, but it's like bigger. I don't know. Vic, thank you for the kind words, man. I appreciate it. Jason says, G.I. Joel does not have accurate art, but controls too, like Popeye, one button. I like that. Oh, not only does he have accurate art. Yeah, those cabinets are great, dude. That one that James showed off, that really looks cool. I got to be honest with you. If that's like the XL size, and then you guys are saying, hey, look, Nintendo cabs are smaller, yeah, but you need to make it 3 inches wider and about 3-4 inches taller. I know it's a nitpick, but remember, it gives you more space in the control panel. You get the 19-inch screen, even though the 19 inches you can put in the deluxe version of his cabinets. That's all I'm saying, right? I digress. But I'm just saying that it looks really cool, dude. It does look cool. That's why I can't wait to see like the Robotrons and the next things that he comes out with. Those are going to be pretty dope. Those are going to be awesome. I can feel it, you know? Vic says, Danny had to repeat. Those other guys are cool, but pinball machines and pedestals, arcades, you're just repeating the same. Would you repeating? And this isn't breaking news. This is already out, I believe, right? I know. Gamer Fridge put out a short of that. Man, his shorts are short. Like they're like 10 seconds. Like here, he gets right to the point, right in, right out. Much like my guy Jason here. Jason, thank you so much, man. Jason gifting 10 CornerCade crew memberships. Thank you so much, man. Mrs. CornerCade got one. TCK Gamer Fridge just here. He got one. Doug Wynn, Game Broker, Jay Pace, and Ichabod Crane, along with a couple I Am Rappy, K Freakin', let's go, man. And the Sundowners Club all got some CornerCade crew memberships, courtesy of our boy Jason, the little alien. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. I really do appreciate it, man. Yes, Cleveland is coming soon for those who are attending the Cleveland Gaming Classic. Speaking about trips, we're going to be heading to the Pinball Expo in Chicago, so I'm super excited about that. Is anybody going? We're going to interview Wonderland Amusements and see all the happenings, what's going on there. We'll stop by At Games and tell them that At Games, wake up. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, wake up, At Games. Where you at? And then we'll see some Stern stuff too, and anything else that's there. Connell, thank you so much, man. Stopping by, just saying hi, using my affiliate code for the X Arcade. That helps us support the channel as well. So I hope you're happy with your haptic feedback kit that you're going to be getting, guys. That is in this video's description as well. All the links are in the video description if you want to come support the channel. The more, the merrier, guys. Paul says, exactly right. G.I. Joel needs XL versions of everything. Trust me, Joel, it's like 3 inches wider, 3 inches taller. Like 64, 65, 68 inches if you want to get wild. I mean, you're right there, right? Now, I don't know how much it's going to cost with packing and shipping and all that jazz. But I mean, that would get passed down to the consumer or the customer, right? So, oh, Gamer Fridge is going to Expo. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Stock Jock, we need you there because he was rolling in like an expedition. Like it had like 8 rows. This man was rolling deep, man. Yes, that would be really cool. But you guys got to understand, we got 2 littles. You know, we got 2 little, I call them toddlers, but and I call them babies because they're always going to be my babies. But they're kids. We got 2 little kids now. We got 2 kids, and it's a lot, you know, it's a lot for them. I think if they're like 8, 9, 10 years old, I think it's go time. But you only get a few hours out of them, especially with drive time too. You gotta understand that. It's like an hour and a half to get down to Chicago. So that's 3 hours added to the extended trip here. It's a lot for the littles. But yeah, so getting back to this, guys. Hold on. Let me do this. There we go. All right. So Mossy Oak, all these cabinets now have like the side art is all different. It's all different. And you know, when I look at this picture of everything looking different, it doesn't look terrible. I think at the end of the day, if we can just get these cabs in our homes, right? The right form factor, right price, right games, I think we're all going to be happy. And I think when I say right games, we're looking at 80s and 90s, right? I think it's quite obvious at this point. Now, if you want to release 2000s, you know, early 2000s, have at it, Hoss, because I would love my Sega Jurassic Park shooter. You know, maybe what's a third in 2000? I don't know. You know, an updated racer, you know. But a lot of these games, 80s, 90s, you know, there's a lot of decade talk. Just put them all out. You guys got thousands of titles to choose from. Trust me, your company will be alive for the next 50 years putting this stuff out. Trust me when I say this. There's so much that you can do arcade wise to release. It's just go to Galloping Ghost, you know, Thumper, you brought it up. I mean, there's literally thousands of titles you can release, and they're all going to be good. They're all going to be good, and everybody's going to buy them. I can guarantee you that. But looking at this stuff, it's kind of interesting to see. And a lot of people in tonight's poll really voted for, they want the OG, you know, and that's what we've all kind of are used to, right? The Double Dragon OG looks awesome. Could you really wreck that with side art? Yes and no. Again, you know, it's side art, so we probably won't see it, but it does make the cabinets look weird. You know, when I see Alpha 2, yes, it looks weird, but I'm never going to see the side art. I'm going to see the control panel. I'm going to see the marquee. I'm even going to see the bezel, right? And that's the beef right there. That's where it matters. You know, the World Warrior's cool. You know, it would have looked better. You know, I did pretty good art. Like, I don't want to pat myself on the back here, but mine looked pretty cool. He just needed more blacks in the you know, and less static on the side art. But there's so many cool things that could come to Home Arcade, and I think as long as we can get the titles and we can get the form factors, the sizes, and the prices, I think, you know what? If worst comes to worst, he can mod this. And I've showed you guys how easy it is to apply full side art to these things. You know, do you want to do that? No. But much like WrestleFest, for example, and I'm going to have to mod that into a 2-player. Do I want to do that? No. But I'm going to have to, you know, to make it fit in with the rest of the arcade, because that 4-player deck is going to be huge. You know, it's going to be huge. Yeah, Nate, just skip all of these and just release a Daytona USA linkable cabinet. That would be something. that would be cool. I mean, I think Gamer Fridge is on board with that. Yeah, agreed. Link Daytona. You know, early, you know, late 90s, early 2000s games. But yeah, I think that, you know, I think this is, you know, while the news is slow, we kind of break down these arcade cabinets and kind of see like, hey, what do people want? Because, you know, companies watch these shows, you know, these Home Arcade shows, because we're the diehards, right? We're the diehards. So wish I was a rock star. He's a big Nickelback fan, I think. Dude, I don't want to talk about football. I want to talk about the arcades. Buddy, the football talk ended like an hour and a half ago. Where you been? Wake up. Like, what? And to be quite honest with you, I could probably be on ESPN, right? I could break down the stuff best with the best of them. Trust me on that. Vic Vicious says, I'm talking to Zabos about the mossy artwork for the front panel, getting rid of it with the games list. I have spoken. You don't need to, you can just black it out with, some vinyl. It's easy to put on. You just cut it to fit. You poke the holes through for the coiners, you're good. You just pick whatever color you want. I have that big buck hunter cabinet. It's blue, but you could put black on there. It'd be fine. It'd be just as fine. So yeah, back to football. So the Bears now are 0-1 in the division, and we're last place. We're tied for last. Bears, wake up. Thank you, Chris. Nate. Daytona USA 93 hardware, I believe. Okay, so that's early 90s, not late. Early 90s. That's doable. The problem with Daytona is what James brought up is there's like 1,000 sponsors in that game, and I don't think you're going to be able to get everybody to say yes. And if you strip all the sponsors, it would look kind of stupid on the cars and on the billboards and the sidewalls and all that jazz. So that's a lot. I don't know if they can recreate fake sponsors like AI does, how they like fake put the words on there. Maybe. Who knows, right? Who knows? I don't think that's a doable one, but maybe it is. I don't know. I would take it. I would buy it. I would buy a lot of games, guys. So I was prepping for it. That's why NBA Jam is out of here, unfortunately. I would love to see an XL version of that. But remember, it was all part of the rebuilding plan. And I can't wait till it comes to fruition. We'll actually have this whole right side will be done around Christmas. That's the goal. And then you guys will get an updated room tour, which will be really cool. You guys. Oh, this is great. Gamer Fridge. All right, I'm here for the football talk. I want 2025 NFL Blitz with the updated rosters, of course. Bengals are 1-0, baby. Ohio State 2-0. Looking for a repeat. Let's fucking go. More. I guess it's a football podcast. See, Rockstar, you got to learn that this, I don't know if it doesn't work here. I'm sorry. Come on now. Wake up, kid. All right, well, that's that. I mean, that's the side art talk. You guys have spoken. You guys want the OG. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the future. Let's it go. Yeah, Joel uses that for one of his, tiers in his cabinets there. Guys, we're back. Tuesday has come and gone. We got to get up on out of here. I don't want to, but I got to go. But wait a second. Hold on. I'm thinking I can't leave just yet because you guys have already unlocked the second Arnold Palmer.
Let's go get hyped. The CornerCade is back. Stage lights flash like a boss fight crack. Classic to deluxe. Every cab on the rack. Let's go get hyped. The CornerCade is back. One more life. We'll take that stack. Let's go get hyped. The CornerCade is back. Let's go get hyped. The CornerCade is back.
That's great. Super. Excellent.
That's right, guys. You have unlocked the second Arnie P. So let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. Combo breaker.
Speaking of that, guys, I had a blast with my wife the other night. She said, all right. And she just went to the KI Pro and she fired it up. And I was playing as Fulgore. I won all my matches. She got me to blinking red a couple times. I won all my matches. And we don't really know the moves. We're just pressing the buttons, right? And I did an ultra on her, like an ultra combo with Fulgore. I did the little typing keypad and like a light came through and like abducted her or whatever. And I was like, holy shit. And when the voice kicked on, because I don't know how to do these moves. I probably should look them up. It'd be kind of make the game a lot more fun. But we had a blast and she was ecstatic. I did on her. And then the voice goes like, awesome finish or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, this was dope. It was great. It gave me chills. It was so much fun. I can always beat I can almost beat KI1. I beat KI2 all the time. That's easy. But KI1 I've never beaten. I can't, you get to a certain stage and you just get your ass kicked every time, at least for me. I gotta know the combos. I'm trying to learn. Chat is a boss tonight. You damn right. And if you weren't liking football talk, you're not going to like the after show, because the after show is whatever we want to talk about, because you guys earned this opportunity and earned this bonus time. So let's go. Now, Gamer Fridge, you're going to steal something that I did? Let's go, man. I'm here to inspire. You do a lot more cool like effects and all that jazz than I could ever put together, for sure. Nate says, I'm 99% sure sponsorship in Daytona were not real. Well, if that's the case, then there should be zero holdup, because according to John D and Media One Up, they have Sega licensing. So we better see a Golden Axe XL. And we better see a Daytona. We better see something, right? We better see something coming out. Now, chat, you're going to make this, you guys carried the show, okay? I appreciate that. Now, this is your time. You guys earned this. You guys got so loud and proud tonight. The colors were flying. I mean, you earned this with this bonus time. So what do you guys want to talk about? I think we covered all of Home Arcade news. Gamer Fridge, are you getting this? Not this, but are you getting this? Gamer Fridge, are you getting this? You are a huge Pac-Man fan. Is this right up your alley? That would be interesting. PD7 would go crazy over Golden Axe. PD7, I love you, but screw that. I would go crazy over a Golden Axe. I'm telling you. And listen, the whole community would go crazy over a Turtles, an X-Men. I mean, I would go crazy over a Simpsons XL. I think anything XL is because it's just a beefier form factor, the bigger marquee, the bigger control panel, the 19-inch screen, bigger opportunity for side art. It just blows everything away. It's just not the same anymore. And I know Paul he was preaching that, and I understand why. It's a whole different universe that we're in now. But yes, I think a lot of us, PD7 included, would go crazy over anything XL. Vic Vicious says, let's get Zeke to whip up some new renders. There was a Yard Kung Fu for sale by my house. It was like great condition. I think it was like $500. You wouldn't believe it. It was like in good condition too. But hold on, G.I. Joe 2-player gauntlet. I see a 2-player gauntlet. But a Spy Hunter, how you gonna do these cabinets? They're not the form factors aren't. You'd have to custom make these at like a Home Depot or something, right? Because are you talking about Gauntlet Legends, or are you talking about the first Gauntlet 1 and 2? He says, "Oops, Primal Rage." Yeah, but these are all those are like, they weren't in dynamos. Well, Yari Kung Fu, wasn't that one in a dynamo? I don't know about Pit Fighter. I'm not aware of. I mean, I've heard of Pit Fighter, but I don't know what form factor that comes in. Gamer Fridge says, I have a lot of neon art. I just don't like that Slim Katie. Let me explain though too. And I know a lot of people are down on the Slim Cades. When you put them next to other cabinets in your home arcade, you wouldn't even know that it's a Slim Cade. Okay, you wouldn't even know. So, I mean, if you are a Pac-Man fan, right, and you like this guy, I would get it, right? I would get it. If you're like a crazed Pac-Man guy, right? Now, if you're looking to put this on the end for side art purposes, so this is like an end piece, yeah, you're going to notice that. You're going to notice it's definitely smaller than your other cabinets. But yeah, there's not a lot of room on that control panel, like I said. There's not a lot of room here to put your hands. It's kind of uncomfortable to play. It's not the greatest, but yeah. Well, I'm saying like depth-wise. Depth-wise, you're not gonna know. And even width-wise, it's the same size as any standard deluxe cabinet. He's in California. He's got family out there. He's watching the Padres. Beautiful California room. Or weather, I should say. Partycade deck room. It's kind of like the Partycade. Honestly, it's kind of got that width, that depth of a Partycade. That's a very good point, Thumper. That's pretty much where that's at. Yeah. Oh, Gamer for saying he just has a lot of the neon art, so he has that already. That's interesting that you have that already. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just waiting. I know we're like a step closer to like all this stuff happening. I'm really hoping that this stuff comes to fruition. I mean, we've had these talks online, offline, in the Discord, in golf, wherever, right? We're really hoping that this stuff comes. You know, I just, you just never know, right? And let me just clarify something. I've heard a couple people say that these cabs are coming in October. No, they're coming from China in October. Okay, middle of October. So they're supposed to be shipping from China, and then once they get here, around like the Christmas time, they're going to be shooting this stuff out. I mean, everything has to go according to plan for us to actually have these in our home, you know, for the holidays. And I'm talking about storms on the sea, containers staying on the ship. Damien deal with that brings up, you know, no mishaps, no flat tires on the trucks. I mean, you're really betting on a lot here. Will that happen? I don't know. You know, I don't know. And it would really suck, I think, if we had to wait till 2026 for these things. I think that would be a huge disappointment. I know John D wouldn't be happy, Spreetail wouldn't be happy, Iconic Arcade wouldn't be happy. They wanted to get these things out a lot sooner, I can guarantee you that. There was supposed to be another cabinet for the holiday season, and because this all got pushed back, everything's going to 2026 now. Which 2026 could be cool. We talk about Turtles, we talk about Double Dragon, we talk about a possible Tekken. I mean, Jesus, those three alone. Can you imagine Turtles, Double Dragon, and Tekken XL? I don't think we've ever could have imagined something like that. You know, we were banking on Arcade One Up barely bringing us Pac-Man and Midway Golden Tee. My goodness. Yeah, I think we're all tired of the pre-orders. Thumper says tired of pre-orders in 2025. Yeah, I'm not. Don't like that. Just have it ready for us when it hits the ground running. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But yeah, just the waiting game sucks. It really does. Right now I'm looking for, you know, I got the new neon light, the dragon. It looks kind of like a Godzilla, you know, neon light. And now I'm looking for one right above me. If you guys know the room tours, I got like a Pac-Man sign there, and then it lights up blue from behind. But I think I'm gonna switch that with like a neon sign. I'm going neon signs all over. And you know, it's funny. So if you go right here, I might put two neon signs in this middle space here. Because you know, everybody always jokes that my kids eat nothing but ramen. So I think I'm gonna put a ramen neon sign there just to stick it to y'all. And there's like some cool Japanese Tokyo writing that I'm gonna put next to it. I don't know. The space is kind of small. I gotta really think that through. Because you know, we keep the theme. I've added a lot of neon lights to the arcade. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. There's one in the closet area that says, you know, back to the arcades and stuff. And so we'll see. I might be adding some more neon sign artwork, and it'll give me a chance to finish the closet area then, because I'll transfer this artwork to there, and then it'll be all set. Then my artwork is finalized finally. Because remember, we had to raise everything. Remember all these marquees that you see behind me? They were all below the pictures. And now we moved everything up because of the XLs. Everything is bigger now. So that was a whole like week project. You know, you gotta unscrew, paint, patch, all that jazz. You know, it's a lot of work. Beat-ups, you know, I give it to you. When doing all that restoration work in your home, I see why you take time off. It is a lot of what to do up and down the ladder. Plus, you got kids, you know, that need your attention 24/7. Nate says iconic pre-orders are still ahead of New Wave toys, though. They aren't going nearly enough criticism. I don't know what is going on there. My only guess is that they want those Golden Tee and Atari Crystal Castles control panels in retailers, and they are just pumping all of this product out to get. But I don't know how that's an excuse. You know, if I'm New Wave Toys, I got to be honest with you. If it was like a 2-month delay, I would have just refunded everybody's money and be like, guys, just buy this stuff when it's here. I don't want to hold on your money. I mean, you got like Mike Hawkers, you got a bunch of people that got like over $1,300 in pre-orders just sitting there. That is beyond bananas. Like that, beyond bananas. Personally, if I'm running a company, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking your money and just holding on to it. That's nuts. But there's got to be a rhyme to the reason, right? I have no idea. I would have canceled the orders a long time ago. I mean, it's a year and a half, guys. I'm getting a little frustrated with Iconic Arcade, and that's only been delayed, 6 months. And I say only, but compared to New Wave Toys, good God Almighty. It's funny, we always are hypercritical of Arcade One Up, but Arcade One Up is the only company to continue to deliver. They're delivering stuff we're not interested in, but you're still getting your Mossy Oak, your Terminator 2 Deluxe, or your Pac-Man Neon now. So they're coming through. It's not what we want, but yeah. Chris Nooner says they've been silent. Even their YouTube stream hasn't been a thing. You can't do that. Like Iconic Arcade came out, hot out the press, Justin Wong laying it down with John D. We're going to do weekly one-up. We haven't seen one show, and it's been since January. Guys, it's been a year almost. We're going on a year, Justin. You do understand this. Guys, I can take over the show, okay? It's not hard. It's not rocket science, okay? Let me do this. Let me put the logo on there. There, I put the Iconic Arcade logo on there, and boom, we're walking and talking, and we're talking Iconic. I'll bring all the guys on, and we'll just talk. It's really not that difficult. I don't understand why you just hit the live button up in the right-hand corner, and you're ready to go. We got all this stuff promised to us, and nothing came to fruition. It rubs you the wrong way. And, we're not, listen, these people in this space and people in general, we're not stupid, So there's a lot of promises, and we'll see, right? Maybe they start a show when this comes out, and then we all forget about it. We're all going crazy in the chat, right? Yeah, Chris, home run Randy. Who's Randy, Chris? Damn it, wrong chat again. Was referring to New Wave Toys monthly stream. Yeah, no, you're not wrong with that. I'm saying in general, like all these streams. Yeah, we haven't heard a lot from New Wave Toys and Shiloh and the crew. We got like the one with the update, but they're just silent. And I think they're silent because they know they're gonna get blasted for all these pre-order mishaps, right? 2 and 2 is equal to 4, right? But you hear a lot of the promises and just there's not a lot of delivering. It's like over getting hyped of stuff that's not even close to being ready for. But we'll see. All it takes is, that weekly one-up show or whatever that was called, what John D and Justin go ham and had their cool, introduction and stuff. And we're right back like we forgot everything, right? All it takes is one. But we were just promised shows, and I thought that would be pretty cool, even like a monthly show of monthly updates or future possibilities of games or whatever the case may be, right? I don't know, it's your show. Giveaways, right? We talked about Ezekiel doing apparel and doing giveaways. We haven't had one giveaway and it's almost been a year. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I completely agree. I think they just I think that would go a long way. Just refund everybody and just start from scratch, right? Because the products are still going to come out. You're still going to buy them. I would love a Crystal Castles. I think that'd be really cool. But I mean, the pre-orders are over and they're all sold out. But yeah. You're in a Mariner stream. That's great. It's like a podcast, like talking about Mariners, or is it like the actual game that's being simulcasted? That's awesome. That's awesome. Should I do a football podcast? Because everybody loved the football talk. Wear a Bears jersey, put the Bears logo on there. Those videos do really well on YouTube. Like I watch a couple of them because it's a home arcade is so small, guys. We're very small, and I'm blessed to be with you guys. It's like we all know each other here. You get into some of those other streams, and it's like the chat just like you don't even see a name that comes up. It's insane. It's crazy, but I appreciate it. You guys light that up just like we would have like 3,000 people in here. That's how active you guys are in the chat. And I really do appreciate that. Guys, we had one hell of a show. We hit bonus time. I mean, get up or get out the way, guys. Let's do this. You guys kept me. I could have been playing the arcades now. Playing some golf. It's funny, I went into I was waiting on I couldn't get into a game last night. Last night was popping apparently, and the room was full. But I already had my headset on. I was like, what, I'll fire up pinball FX VR real quick, right? And so I'm walking around, listening to the music. It's so cool because they updated it so they have extra tables and stuff like that. And then I saw like all these new tables and the tables that just recently came out to at games. And I'm like, maybe I should buy some of these because you can kind of see them in the 3D dimensional of what they would be. So maybe I'll try them on there. I didn't play them, just kind of walking around looking at stuff. Maybe I'll try them on there and see if I like it and then hop over to At Games and buy it. I think that's what I'll do because you can demo them. I think that's the play. I think that's the play. Now that I'm just thinking about it, I think that's the play. Man, the show ended. You guys carried the show tonight, but the after show, you guys are a little, just you're just chilling right now. Am I like, what does everybody do? I always wonder what people do. I'm always curious, I'm a people person. I always wondered what do you guys do when you're watching the show? Are you watching with your phone, or is it like on a TV and you're playing in arcades, or like how am I being simulcast to you? Let me know. I'm just curious. That's all. It wasn't really a big thing or not. I was just curious. Let me scroll through YouTube here. I was gonna see something real quick. Who are the Bears playing next week? I don't even know. I don't even have the schedule on my hand here. Let's see here. Bada bing, bada boom. Illis1 is in the room. Are you watching on your 65-inch TV? All right, Gamer Fridge. I'm on the TV. Let's go. Oh, we're playing the Lions? Get the hell out of here. Stupid Fat Hobbit is a huge Lions fan. Let me tell you something. Gamer Fridge, you're from Michigan too. Have you seen Stupid Fat Hobbit's game room tours? I think it's Michigan, right? I want to say I think it's oh, we're playing the Lions. We're not playing the Chiefs. Dude, are we playing the Lions? Hold on, let me check this real quick. Oh man. We're playing the Lions. I hope I can watch this game. Hold on, let's see. It's on Fox, but I gotta make so it's away. I gotta make sure that the Packers aren't playing Sunday at. Oh, they're not. Oh, the game's gonna be on because when the Packers play, the game's blacked out, and I get pissed, dude. God, do I get pissed I get pissed when the NFL blocks the game out and there's no other, like Minnesota's not playing, Green Bay's not playing, but they still black it out. I'm like, they just want to like you to buy like a subscription or something. Oh, it drives me nuts. Oh, I'm on Apple TV. Let's go, baby. That's great. I'm on Apple TV. This is actually a great question right here. Nazapalooza says, what do you have on pre-order? So I'm a big advocate of not pre-ordering anything. And this is clearly for these reasons. I've gotten burned like 3 times pre-ordering through Arcade 1-Up. We had a debacle of X-Men 97 and the Golden Tee Deluxe. It was flip-flopped, salop, jalop, and I ended up having to get both. It was a whole what to do. It was a pain in the tail, but I just got both at the end of the day because the whole pre-order situation was screwed up. NFL Blitz, 2 months later or whatever, it's on sale for $150. Like I got screwed there. And then a lot of the times you pre-order, you don't get these things first. Like that's the whole point on pre-ordering. So I've always said this. And I know Arcade 1-Up has heard me before. If you pre-order, $50 off. Ideally, if you pre-order, you get $100 off. And I think that's kind of what John D did. Somebody must have been listening, right? Am I wrong? I said there's got to be an incentive to pre-order. Not an NFL Blitz hat, which my son loves. It's not good enough. $50, $100 off the cabinet. Pre-order it, you get it first. I mean, right? Chat, am I too far off here? Like, that's not crazy, right? Like, that's the whole point of pre-ordering is to incentivize you to get this right away to guarantee a sale so it's out the door at that said price, right? I'm just saying. Now, what I have on pre-order, I got the Alpha 2 on pre-order. That is it. That is the only thing I've pre-ordered, and that's the only thing that I really... I mean, the Crystal Castle's New Wave Toys is cool, but I'm saving everything for the big boys, Che, you never told me if I should get Burger Time or not. Like the numbskull version of Burger Time. But what do you guys have on pre-order? That's a question that we can answer before we get out of here. What do you guys have anything on pre-order? Yeah, I just got the Alpha 2, and the second payment for that will be coming, I assume. They said October, but who knows? So then that'll be paid off, and then we're just going to be looking forward to anything from Basic Fun at that point. Hopefully, I gotta get with somebody that has a Sam's Club membership and a Costco membership, because my Costco membership ran out. And I mean, I never really go there, so I don't know if it's worth, you know, paying $60 or whatever to get the cabinet. Because that's all I would have gotten that whole year. Now, if they had arcade cabinets throughout the year, then it's worth it, right? But I got to get with somebody that has those so I can scoop those up, because I think one's going to, you know, WrestleFest is going to Costco probably, and Centipede will probably go to Sam's Club or vice versa. Yeah, the Packers play the Commanders Thursday. So we don't have to worry about the times being, so hopefully we'll be able to watch the game. Oh God, I don't want to hear that damn Viking horn, the boom every time, and the stupid skull chant. Oh God. Oh no, we're playing the Lions. We're not playing the Vikings. What am I thinking? I'm spacing out. We just played the Vikings. I don't want to hear that either. It's ridiculous. That's gonna be a good game though against the Lions. Damn, they got Ben Johnson coming right back into Detroit. Oh my God, that's gonna be crazy. I'd pre-order the CornerCade hat. You're talking about this guy right here? All right, so Thumper has spoken. He wants to pre-order the CornerCade hat, guys. Let's go. I wish Z could make more of these. We tried to get you guys these, but they're not cheap, guys. They're like $50 a hat. This is metal. Okay, this is metal right here. This is the real deal Holyfield, man. See that reflecting? Plus, it's a new era. Wait, right here. It's a new era. So if you guys, we can always open those back up if you guys are interested. I can get with Zeke. We can make it happen if you guys want. Thank you for getting me an answer to my question here. Numbskull Burger Time is pretty sweet. It's one of my few numbskulls that I have. I just hope it fits on a desk. I mean, for $90, guys, I mean, that's pretty sweet. You know, for desk stuff, I think that's pretty sweet. $90? I mean, it's like $250, right? I don't know. K Freakin' in the house. That's a new name. AirPlay from the phone to the TV, so I can get bigger, you know, so you can see all the cool effects. And Nate said he was streaming on Apple TV. That's pretty cool. So a lot of you guys watch me from the TV, but you gotta chat with your phone, right? So you double dip in the chip, or you got two. Do I get 2 views for that? How does that work? Do we get a lot of likes? Do we hit our like goal? We usually get 50. I'll take 50. I'll take 50 and move the drill. What do you guys want to talk about? Should I be adding music to this segment? You know, like you put a little music down and you just go. You know, it's just flowing in the back. You guys probably still hear me, right? I think that's what we'll do. We'll do for second Arnold Palmer time. That'll be the bonus time, bonus stage. But if you play this music, and then you can't, yeah, so you couldn't play any cool sound effects. You know me, I love my soundboard sound effects for sure. Guys, what are we gonna get? Are we gonna get this stuff or what? I can't wait for this, man. I got nothing else I'm collecting. This is what I collect, you know? But it's weird. Kenny G. Is that copyright stuff? I don't know if I'll be able to play that. But back here, it's getting a little thin. We got a cabinet here that we're missing. I got 1, 2 that I'm missing, and we got one that's missing right here. We're looking kind of thin, man. Robert Brown, the GRS, Build-A-Cade FU. You got that on pre-order? Who's got that on pre-order? That's going to be pretty damn cool, I'm telling you. That is a pretty cool machine. I can't wait to see some reviews of that. It's going to look nice. What's your favorite Oreo flavor? So we got the new ones. I want to try those with my wife. Sure brought them on air, right? And tried them out. They're probably going to be good. But we got... My favorite is the most stuffed. I don't think you can get those anymore. You can't get those anymore. Like the most stuffed is what they were called. I think you can just get the double stuffed. Those are my favorite. I know it's not like a flavor, but it's the most cream in the cookie. You know, you gotta have the most cream. Baseball, your Cubs are in the wild card hunt. Yes, they are, and just don't blow it. Because they've been losing some dumb games, and it's pissing me the hell off. You can't be losing games to teams that are 20 under 500. Come on, man. Like, You got to close these games out. What are you gonna do when you're playing good ass teams in the playoffs? You know, that's gonna be cool though. What a time to be alive. We got football, Cubs in the playoffs. I just need the Hawks and the Bulls to figure their franchises out. That's rough stuff. Rough stuff happening at the United Center. My God, just thank God for the Cubs right now, I guess. That's all I got. You know, that's a good question. Would there be a CornerCade embroidered hat that could be cheaper than the metal one? I don't think so. Okay, so if you look at this guy right here, well, we got you. I don't think this logo can be embroidered. I think that's why they went with metal. And you can kind of see here, like, the thickness of that. You see it like right here. See the blue right there? I don't think they could have done that because it wouldn't have come out like crystal clear. You know, Zeke's got a hat guy. Same hat guy that did the arcade 1-up hats. The same hat guy that did the media 1-up hats. I want to get one of those. That'd be cool. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the See Marvel, the curse is over. It was over in 2016, 2017 when we won the World Series. 100% that's over. Just like the Boston curse. Those are both done. Finished. Much like this show for tonight. Let's go. This show is finished. It's game over. I appreciate you guys unlocking it. That was fun. That was a fun show we had. That was cool. It's always fun at the CornerCade, guys. You know, I love playing these.
Let's party!
Oh, it's just beautiful.
Go for broke. Bam or die. That's enough. Unbeatable.
Dude, I cannot wait for Alpha 3. Oh my God, we're gonna have so much
great.
fun.
Super. Excellent. Here comes a new challenger. I can't believe my eyes.
I wish we were getting Street Fighter 3 Upper, Street Fighter 3 Max, so we can get T-Hawk, Guile, and the announcer in that game actually says different things than what was recorded in just Street Fighter 3 Alpha. I think he says like, that was the worst match I've ever seen or something. Like, he says like weird, he says different stuff. Oh man. Yeah, dude, I was going crazy. I was going crazy during that time. That was, what a time to be alive. So cool. I got my Cubs jersey. I got a Kyle Schwarber jersey. Just cool ass stuff, man. It was so cool. You know, growing up a Chicago fan, if anybody knows, like the Cubs stinked. You know, you had the Bulls dynasty run, but I was young, but I could still enjoy it. You know, I remember watching the games. You know, it's different now when you're like a 40-year-old adult, right? And, you know, the Bears won 40 years ago. We celebrated that during halftime of the game. Like, come on, man. They haven't done anything worth a lick since 2010. I think 2010 was like our last time in the playoffs. We haven't had a winning season in like 15 years or so. It's been really abysmal to be a Bears fan. Bulls haven't done anything, you know, since Derrick Rose. We got us to the Eastern Conference Finals and got eliminated by the Heat. And LeBron James taking his talents to South Beach. And, you know, the Hawks had a cool run, you know, a few years ago. They were dynasty material, you know. So you really just had hockey, you know, which I love hockey, but not everybody does. And it's been rough. You know, it's been rough in the Windy City for anybody that's a Chicago fan. But, you know, you keep hope alive and you hope that the Bears turn things around, you know. And the Bulls need to turn this franchise around too, and hopefully the Cubbies can make some noise. I mean, we're the fourth best record in baseball, kind of thing. So Robert did pre-order the FU. That's awesome. What package did you get? Did you get like the Glentendo one, or did you just go straight FU? Oh, that's awesome, C Marvel. I'm from Skokie. I went to school at Niles West High School. I remember driving to practice with Richard Mendenhall and Walter Mendenhall. They were brothers, and both played in the NFL. We had like an NFL ready team, which was like, I didn't get a lot of playing time. I was a wide receiver, so I got in. sometimes because I was super fast. I really wanted to be like a kick returner. And looking back on it, I really wanted to play defense. That's what I wanted to do. But, when you're a kid, you're just out there having fun. I wish I had my mentality now in my, 16-year-old body kind of thing. I'd be unstoppable, honestly. And, so I remember driving to practice with those guys, cool guys. Rashard Mendenhall actually played for the Steelers and won a Super Bowl as their running back, almost drafted by the Bears. The Steelers were one pick ahead, and they drafted him. I knew Chicago was going to take the hometown kid. I think we took like an offensive lineman or something like that. And he actually ended up, I don't know what he's doing now, but I know he was writing for like HBO, Rashard, for some of those, like those real life football kind of documentary stories, like the reality of stuff. I think he was writing stuff for that. And then Walter, I think he's like a priest now, but he ended up traveling around to some teams. He was on the Eagles, the Bills, like some of their practice squads and stuff. And they were both running backs too. Walter was more of like a just meat and potatoes running back, and Rashard Mendenhall was more that flashy, like a I don't know, Devin Hester type, just flying. Like, the ball would get handed off to him. He'd be down the field 90 yards. Like, we knew he was going to go to the NFL, right? Now, whether he was going to do something there, who knows? I mean, you guys know, you saw the stats, right? But, yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Like, playing nice guys or brothers, so obviously there's football running through their family. I just wish, I ended up, so I played high school football and I went on to play college baseball. And I just walked on, it wasn't like I was drafted or anything. I said, I want to play some sports before I get too old and do what I would do to be 16 again, right? I didn't want to do that. So I ended up doing, playing college baseball, and that was fun. He just didn't really, I didn't get drafted. Obviously, I'm here. And then I went on to like pro wrestling, which a lot of people don't know. I spent time in training camps for pro wrestling. If pro wrestling, now that I think about it, that I'm a stay-at-home dad, I should really get back into pro wrestling. I'm just like thinking about this live, right? Like, that would be cool. Okay. Cause I can watch the kids during the day. Mom comes home. I'm going to wrestling school, and the wrestling matches are at night. Can a 40-year-old dust it off? I think I could. I was the best one at that school, and that was only a few years ago. And there was a lot of young kids that, the kids that are like, 16 through 19 that are still living at home, in your early mid 20s, those are the people that are wrestling because you're getting paid like $50 a show. And that's when I'm like, I can't really do this, guys. I got to keep my day job. Like, I can't really do the two. So that's why I stopped. Otherwise, I would have kept on going. That's fun, right? Wrestling was fun. But yeah, I mean, they tested me a lot. You do laps right outside and they just drain you. And I've been in sports my whole life, so this was a cakewalk. I was cheering people on, encouraging them. And I was doing that. I remember specifically, I finished first. I'm very fast. Not anymore. I'm kind of out of shape. I had got to get back into shape, You got to prep for these things. You can't just like go play sports. You got to give me like 3 months to train for things like lift, get my endurance back up. Like, this is just common things. When I'm coloring with the kids and sitting in my chair on my podcast and playing video games, I'm not really in the best shape right now. But, you do that, whatever the case may be. Now, I finished first, but I didn't even realize it. I'm still running. I'm encouraging the last guy, and I didn't even realize it. So those brownie points, I didn't even realize it. It didn't dawn upon me at all, which is kind of funny. And when I hit the ropes, I kind of emulated what The Rock did when he was hitting the ropes, how he kind of stutter stepped. And I remember the coach there. So the coach, I forgot his name, but he had posters of him wrestling Shawn Michaels and stuff in the WWF. And, we saw Tatanka there and stuff. And that was pretty cool. I got to see like real wrestlers, I got to break down the ring. You play security, when you're going to the academy, you're wearing security shirts and make sure everybody's good, everybody's kosher and you're breaking down the ring, setting it up. But I remember meeting some of these superstars that would come through because, they would know, these guys, this is their livelihood. So, Tatanka's wrestling in, Waukesha, Wisconsin. Then he's headed out to Germany the next day on a flight to go wrestle there. Like, this is your living. You just wrestle, right? So it was fun. I remember hitting the ropes, and guys, hitting the ropes, it destroys you. Okay, so like if anybody thinks like, well, wrestling's fake, wrestling needs to be fake, otherwise you would die after your first match, because the amount of stuff that you even just hitting the ropes is exhausting. I would do that. They were testing me. It was for 60 seconds. I ended up going like 5 minutes, but you mentally don't know because you're so focused on hitting it. And when you go to the rope, you'll notice you have to hang on to the rope in case it snaps and you go flying over. But wrestling was so damn cool. But I just, you can't pay the bills. And this is like something that you would need to have a 9 to 5 job and then go right from there wrestling. But when I always work retail and food, I can't work 9 to 5. When you're a manager, you can't get that locked in schedule. So the dream kind of ended for me, unfortunately. I always had to pay rent, and I don't live at mom's house like some of the people still do at the age of 40 here. But I had to do things, right? I had to do things with, I gotta live a life. And I met my wife, and we had kids, so the dream was a little bit different now. But damn, it was fun. It was fun, dude. Oh my god, it was cool. And I think my wrestling character would be, I kind of want to emulate a little Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. Kind of had that cocky swag, but I wanted to be a technical wrestler, kind of slow things down a little bit. Who knows if that would have changed how your character develops, right? You see some cool stuff. When I was, younger in my 20s, I could always do like acrobatic things like the Hardy Boys, just jumping off ladders and jumping off, like Rey Mysterio, how those luchadors do it, off the ropes, bouncing their feet, springboard and all that jazz. But, yeah, Shawn Michaels and Bret are two completely different people. That's why it would be like a blend. I think a good mix of that is Chris Jericho, right? I think you still have that cocky swag, but you're still technical, and I think, I think that would have been like a nice mix, like a Chris Jericho. I think that would have been good. I think if you think current, I think Seth Rollins is a good, kind of example of that. That would have been cool. God, can you imagine if I made it to like the WWE or something? That'd be fucking awesome. That would have been crazy. Guys, I think we can agree, I could definitely cut a promo, and I definitely had the charisma. That is not even in question. And trust me, I knew how to fucking wrestle. I knew how to entertain. I think I would have been a great wrestler. And it kind of sucks. And now I'm playing the what if game, right? But it just kind of sucks, man. It just doesn't pay. Like if that school and then the program was BCW, Brew City Championship Wrestling, or Brew City Wrestling. And if I could have just done that, like got paid when I got paid at retail, you're looking at an next, who knows, right? Who knows, right? A lot of that stuff is about, guys, is you got to know people. That all, think of the bloodline. All those kids got a shot at the wrestling, because they're all great grand uncles and grandpas and dads and uncles and brothers and sisters. We're all in wrestling. So you got like a free pass right there. A lot of it is like politics. That's anywhere, right? But a lot of it is family, and it's very hard. But like back in the day, going to the WCW power plant, look how Bill Goldberg did. Bill Goldberg's matches were never entertaining. He was not even a very good wrestler. He might do some punches, some kicks, a suplex, do the spear and the jackhammer, and we're done, right? So if Bill Goldberg can do it, I think a lot of people have a shot, right? Like back in the day, they just wanted to beat your ass, and if you survived the beating, right, through the schools, like you were automatically in. And so you'd see a lot of like, pro football players, ex-pro football players and ex-pro athletes like myself, I'm not saying I'm pro, but ex-athletes kind of get into wrestling. Let's see what you guys got to say. Oh yeah, 100%. When I got home, my first day of school, I laid down on the couch. I took like 3 aspirin, and I did not move for like 5 hours. And I was like, but I always had that will and determination that I'm telling you, I would have gotten somewhere. Who knows, right? That's the what if game out of all what if games. I could have just been a very entertaining indie pro wrestler. And that would have been that, like kind of like Joe Hendry, right? I believe in Joe Hendry. Like I could have just been on TNA or something, right? That would have been cool. Dark Canuck, what is going on, man? Welcome back, man. Yeah, Goldberg was like an he played for the Falcons or whatever. Yeah, ex-pro football player. No, I don't want to be the Hurricane. like flying away. And The Rock said, "What are you, hamburger?" Yeah, that's too funny, dude. Oh my god. Vic Vicious says, Danny, I went to a wrestling school in North Carolina years ago and wanted to go all the way, but retired from the Navy instead. And you have a good gig, man. I mean, you get that pension. That's what it's about, man. Holy cow. Now you get to have fun. And I found a cool hobby, you know, watching restoration arcade videos, collecting these home arcades. You know, it's cool. Life turned out great. Because, you know, if you think about it, if you play sports your whole life, like Travis Kelce's brother, what's his name? But I know, like, I saw a documentary on him. He's in his late 40s and can't even get on one knee to give his daughter a hug. I don't want to be like that, man. And I get it. You are set for life, right? He's set for life. And he's got a good gig now. He was announcing on the game, like halftime announcer and stuff. So you're getting paid, but like your body is shot to hell. And I'm sure it takes a big bottle of medication for him to get out of bed every day. And I just don't, you know, everything happens for a reason, right? And I guess I'm just blessed to have my body because that's all you really got, right? And I would hate to get up and just be in pain 24/7. And maybe for some it's worth it. Their kids are going to be put through college, you know, their houses are paid off. Who the hell knows, right? C Marvel says, what are your thoughts on the Rajay Jackson? I don't know what I don't know what you're referring to. Help me. I don't what kind of incident happened. Help me help you. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Let me know. I wonder if he's laughing to that. K Freakin said, this is why I hope eventually WrestleFans becomes online capable to play you. That would be cool. I don't know. Their first run of cabinets aren't going to have online, though, which kind of sucks. So that might be out of the question. Who knows? We'll have to see. I feel like I should do a wrestling podcast. You know, if I do a wrestling podcast, I got to bring in Chase, you know, because Chase actually has got connections with Buff Bagwell and all those guys. I think it'd be cool to bring those guys in. Maybe they could get me back. Could I have a fantasy match? Can Buff the Stuff Bagwell and Maven, can they bring me to a wrestling ring where you guys can see me wrestle? That would be insanity. I gotta call Chase. I gotta call Chase and make this happen. Oh, that'd be dope. We could do like a YouTuber, like what is it, like a celebrity promotional match. It could be me versus Chase. You know, we're raising money, and we do it live on YouTube. You know, raise money for donations or something for a charity. That'd be awesome. That'd be funny. Dark Canuck said, Goldberg was the perfect thing for WCW. He's a 100% terrible wrestler, ruined Bret Hart's career, which he did with that kick. But the grind for the business for sure. Yeah, I mean, it all worked out perfectly, like in the 90s. Like, he was perfect for that time, for the 90s, you know, for WCW, you know, him and Hogan turning heel, and Goldberg there. Sting being the babyface that he was, not talking, pointing the bat at everybody. Yeah, I totally agree. Like that, they're just perfect. Like WCW was riding high. They had all the former like WWF guys that WWF wrote off, said they were too old and their gimmicks stinked, and they brought all those guys in, and it was great. Supposedly that's why Batista quit. He wanted to be able to walk when he got older. Yeah, I mean, guys, it's a real thing. Like, you know, and I'm sure there are guys that didn't affect, you know, but like take a look at, you know, Hollywood Hogan, right? Hulk Hogan. You know, died early 70s. That's young. 71 is young, guys. I got to be honest with you. Unless you're making it to 100, you know, late 90s. But wrestling probably took a toll on his body, bro. Like, and I get it. Like, do you want to not, you know, you want to take 30 years off your life and be set for, you know, the majority, the core for it? That's what you got to weigh out. You know, I particularly wanted to preserve my body. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to it. Oh, okay, here we go. So UFC legend Rampage Jackson, his son almost killed a wrestler in the ring. And it was Serbia. Oh, I remember that. So that was the video where the guy got on top and he was just punching him, right? It was like in an indie circuit or something like that. I think I remember that. Yeah, that's just insane. What prompted that? I don't. And nothing ain't nothing that deep. You know what I mean? Was it really? Gamer Fridge said there's a whole wrestling company started by some YouTubers. Well, what was it called? That's interesting. Yeah, okay, so I did see that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know names. I was scrolling through like shorts, right? And then it popped up and I'm like, what in the world is going on? I don't know if it was a stunt, if it was real. Yeah, I totally saw that now. Yeah, so there might be like a lawsuit for that, apparently. So Hogan died due to malpractice. Yeah, because like sidebar. If you guys ever watch like YouTube, it'll be like, welcome to Sidebar. I'm Jesse Weber. Like he gets so into it. But if anybody knows what I'm talking about, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But they were doing like that they were covering this. And Hogan's current wife, there might be something going on there. I don't know. John Jay, what's going on, man? Thanks for popping on in. First 5 minutes in the game. First game of the year for almost every NFL team watching around the world. Phillies earns their rep. Yeah. Philly has been doing good recently. It's pissing me off because my brother-in-law is a huge Phillies fan. He loves the Eagles, dude. I gotta hear about it all the time. So it's like, come on. Yeah, can I get Bill Goldberg on? I don't know. He's done stuff with RVD and stuff. I'll have to ask. See, the thing that sucks about that is like I have the connections. The problem with all of these former wrestlers is, and Chase has told me this, you got to pay him to get him on. And I'm like, come on, dude. You can't give me 30 minutes of your time. All these guys, it's all this, dude. All this. And I'm like, dude, and out of curiosity, I was asking, and I think it was like a couple thousand or something. Like, you're out of your fucking mind. Like, I'm sorry. Like you guys, you're mid-tier guys. Like, like I'm not getting The Rock on, who's currently doing things. That I can understand, right? Even then, I'm like, come on, Dwayne. Like, you can't give me a half an hour. Let's light this up. How cool would that be if I was like, hey guys, I got a special guest today. The People's Champ is in the building, The Rock. You guys, that would be. I might have to plan something here. I'm gonna have to bother Chase, because if you guys are big wrestling fans, maybe we can make something happen. I don't know. Oh yeah, that spitting incident. Jalen Carter's an idiot. The Bears should have still drafted him. The Bears are stupid for not taking him. That was just a dumb move. I mean, we got the nice offensive lineman instead, but still, Jalen Carter's a monster. And I knew that going in. Yeah, and this is the thing, steroids, drug abuse, because you need that stuff to recover. Like, guys, when people say wrestling's fake, it's not. Oh, by the way, I will say this. So the WCW style ropes, like those cables, the ropes hurt your back like you're getting lashed, man. It hurts. So when you go against the ropes, it's like a whip. It grabs into your skin. The WCW style ropes were the worst. WWF is way better, and it still hurt. But that's real rope. That's just taped with like electrical tape. You guys probably know this by now, right? The WWE or WWF style ropes are way better than the WCW style ropes. And trust me, I can guarantee that the ECW barbed wire ropes are probably the worst. I never did that, but I can only imagine. That's crazy. Vic says, check my phone. Oh, is that you? Oh my God. This is dope. So look what Vic sent. So this is live from the phone. This is Vic Vicious and Bill Goldberg going head to head live on WCW Monday Nitro. Look at that, dude. That is awesome. Oh, that's dope. Look at that. That's Vic Vicious against the man Bill Goldberg himself. When was that taken, Bill? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, here's the thing too, Chris. And I know, like, athletes, there's never a time off, right? But when you're a pro wrestler, there is never a time off. So, like, for example, if I wanted to have a family, that's not really an option unless I'm marrying somebody in the circuit, right? It's like the same circuit you got to be in, right? And even then, how are you raising kids when you're on the road 364 days a year out of 365? It's not really doable. You know what I mean? Like, your whole life is professional wrestling. That is it. And I could have made it work, guys. I'm telling you. I could have made it work. That wasn't a problem, but then you do the what if like I wanted to, man, I wish I would have had a family, and it's like that time's already come and gone, So there's always two sides to the story, two sides of the pie for sure. Yeah, dude, that was dope. That was dope. Vic Vicious. That's awesome. You should have got speared. Picked up for the jackhammer. Guys, you earned this bonus time tonight. I almost feel like we got to do a wrestling podcast, right? It's like Beyond the Ropes. That's what we'll call it. Underneath the, no, above the ring. What can we call it? I don't know. My cat, oh my God, she has her paw underneath the door and is like trying to get in. Oh my God, it's so funny. Like, she's trying to open the door. So funny. Vic says, I've met over 100 wrestlers over the years. I'll show you pictures later, Danny. Besides my family and arcades, wrestling is my life. That is insane. I didn't know about that about you. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I've been to pay-per-views. I've been to Backlash. I've been to house shows. I've been to Sunday Night Heat. I haven't been to any, didn't go to any WCW events. I didn't go to any ECW events because, they were held always in that, same arena. So, and I've been to SmackDown, Raw. I've been to them all. Yeah, I've been to them all. Well, guys, it's time for me to go. You guys got your bonus time. You guys got to extend. I don't know. We got to cap this off somewhere, right? Can't go all night. But I appreciate everybody stopping by tonight. Guys, you guys raise hell and high water with not only the chats, but the super chats, the memberships, the engagement. You guys were rock starring it out tonight, and I appreciate it. I cannot say enough. Thank you. You guys are the best in the biz, right? And I hope we get some news coming. And we heard Paul Miniman said they're photo shooting. Well, where am I? Why wasn't I invited to do the photo shoots? The backwards hat, playing the arcades. But we'll see something coming out here. It looks like they're building some renders, photo shoot hype. We'll see. It's gonna get there. And then we'll have lots to talk about as we always do. Unboxings are coming. Get ready. Get set. It's time to go. So let's do this, guys. I will see each and every one of you guys next week, Tuesday. And who knows what kind of news will stir up in home arcade. It goes, it's a day-to-day hobby, guys. It's day-to-day hobby, guys. Before you get out of here, I always want you to leave a comment down below. Even if you love the wrestling chatter, even if you love the bonus time, give me something down below that I can respond to, guys. Also, just smash that like button on the way out. And if you want to hype this video, hype it. I mean, this is the most hyped guy in the home arcade scene. I think we can get a little bit of hype for this video in the hype section. You can hype 3 times a video, I guess, day, week, or something like that. Give me all your hypes. Let's do it, baby. Let's get out of here. You guys take care. Have a good one. We'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.